to my market wrap for Monday, January 30th, 2017. Stocks have been quite negative today, down almost 200 points at one juncture when we came up well off the lows of the session. Although still negative, it's just been, a breather. Let's just get over the euphoria and let's get back to reality. Earnings have been kind of wishy-washy, so there's negativity to be foretold in that aspect of things, but still it looks great, and you see the long-term future of the equity markets are looking good as always. If you guys look up the Ibbotson chart, okay, Ibbotson and Associates, it'll give you, if you invested $1 in, I think it's 1919, what it would be worth today. Talking about large caps, small caps, treasury bonds, and just general inflation. A very interesting thing to look at. When I always tell people, unless you're a day trader, don't look at the gyrations of the market. Look at the long term. Most of the time, you'll come out on top. I mean, we just want to say most of the time, it's never a guarantee. So anyways, let's get into it today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 122.65 points to 19,971.13, or down 0.61%. The Nasdaq Composite closed down 47.07 points to 5613.71, or down 0.83%. The broad-based S&P 500 closed down 13.79 points to 2280.90, or down 0.60%. And the small cap Russell 2000 closed up 18.37 points to 1352.33, or down 1.34%. Looking at some other indices, the Nasdaq 100 Triple Qs closed down 38.73 points to 5129.33, or down 0.75%. The S&P Midcap 400 Index closed down 14.12 points to 1682.55, or down 0.83%. The S&P Small Cap 600 Index closed down 11.22 points to 827.14, or down 1.34%. The NYSE Composite Index closed down 77.95 points to 11,205.24, or down 0.69%. The XAU, the Gold and Silver Index, closed down 0.56 of a point to 89.02, or down 0.62%. The Semiconductor Index, the SOX Index, closed down 5.42 points to 956.84, or down 0.56%. The VIX, the Volatility Index, closed up 1.32 points to 11.90, or up 12.48%. This is a significant move to the upside. It hasn't moved up this high in about 2 years or so, on a percentage basis anyway. So this is pretty significant, pretty telling that, as I saw in the prior video, options were starting to get wound, and now you're seeing that come through today in the VIX. Because as you all remember, the VIX is a measure of implied volatility and the S&P 500 options contract. So you're seeing things like that go on right now. Going further, let's look at market internals. On the New York Stock Exchange, total share volume today was average at 3.586 billion shares traded, of which 742 million was advancing, 2.8 billion was declining, and 41 million shares were unchanged. Looking over at the Nasdaq stock market, 1.764 billion shares traded in total, of which 508 million were advancing, 1.228 billion were declining, and 27 million were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, or Amex, or NYSE American as it soon be called, total share volume 138.4 million shares traded, of which 35.8 million were advancing, 96.7 million were declining, and 5.7 million shares were unchanged. Looking at the currencies and commodities section today versus the US dollar. The euro, 1.0698, unchanged. Almost said up zero, but it's unchanged. Japanese yen 113.75, down 1.38. And my favorite currency, the English pound, 1.2484, down 0.0065. Australian dollar 0.7553, up 0.0005. And the Swiss franc 0.9949, down 0.0043. Looking at the commodity complex, West Texas Intermediate crude 52.67, down 0.50, or down 0.94%. Brent North Sea crude 55.29, down 0.23 points, or down 0.41%. Gold 1197.30, up 6.20, or up 0.52%. Silver 17.130, down 0.006, or down 0.04%. Equity index futures, Dow Jones futures contract on Globex down 123 points to 19,889, or down 0.61%. The S&P 500 future down 13 points even to 2276 even, or down 0.57%. And last but not least, the 10-year bond down 1/32 of a point, yield to maturity up to 2.489%. As always, guys, thank you for listening, and just want to conclude the video and say never give up on your dreams. Always fight the good fight, no matter what obstacles might come through. You'll always succeed and do well if you persevere. And if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. And support me on Patreon, please, if you can. The link will be in the description below. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a very good night. Bye-bye.